brings comic fans around the world into one comic community. We support the just pay and recognition of these comic creators, comic fam. Because comics are for everyone. It's 10 p.m. Eastern, live from the United States to Australia. This is the Not Near Mint Show. Hey, wait a second. It's not Wednesday, it's Saturday. Well, this must be a special episode. So special, in fact, we're about to talk about Crashing Troy. You might have heard a little bit about the epic saga of what have happened with, well, the creators, and we're going to learn a little bit more about it tonight on episode 154 of Not Near Mint. Let's say hello to everybody on a nice Saturday. How is everybody?
What's going on?
Doing good. Doing good.
So we're doing this on a new time. I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing or not, but it seems that we're all a little bit more awake, a little bit more chipper, and I don't have to drive to goddamn Key West.
Yeah, I think it's 2 hours earlier.
So the last time y'all were on, we were talking with Michael Katz, the attorney that was talking about, and we'll just call it the company because we don't want to give them the extra foot traffic. So who wants to talk about how we got from point A to point Orange? I know it's been a long zigzagging road, but you guys have been through the ringer. Who wants to go first?
I'll take that one. I feel like I sort of wound up being something of a ringleader of our band of weirdos.
It was something.
Yeah, it was definitely something. So like if the short version of the whole thing, right, is like last summer we Crash and Troy had a different publisher, and things did not go as well as we thought with that. And over the course of a lot of months, it got really public. It got really ugly. And we ended up getting the book back as the short version of that, right? There's only so much I can go into detail about it because it got so ugly, right? So after that, I guess Kyler, we got the book rights back in like November, December.
Yeah, it was somewhere around there. It took some time with everything that was going on before things were able to be amicably.
I would hardly describe it as amicable, but
I'm just, me just always just trying, just to like, am I using the right words here?
Yeah, but we've been Kyler and I have had this book in our pocket since 2018. It's been something that it was the first thing that we worked on together. So in 2020, the book got picked up by other people, and now we got the book rights back in November, or late November, early December. And we took a couple of months to kind of figure out what we wanted to do with it, right? Because it was a pretty ugly scenario. I was debating quitting comics altogether afterwards. I didn't know what I wanted to do with the book, and Kyler and all of us agreed that we were all like, we needed a break. But now, fortunately, we kind of decided we wanted the book out. It's a completed miniseries. We want to take it somewhere. And fortunately, Tyler had reached out to us about sending him the book, kind of seeing if it was something that A Wave Blue World wanted to kind of go with. And it ended up working out. And now here we are, I guess, what is it, 11 days before release of the Crash and Troy, the 4-year saga from inception to delivery to publication, Yeah.
So that August 17th date is going to be the final delivery date of issue 1, and I believe September 22nd will be issue 2, and we're now seeing it on final order cutoffs. I remember seeing about a year ago when we thought that the company might have put it out without having spoken to either of you all about this, and now to finally get it out into the hands of the public, it must be a great feeling.
Honestly, for me, if I can, that's the biggest part of all this. Yeah, the drama that kind of went on with the company last year was one thing, and we wanted to make sure that somebody else wasn't gonna fall into all that. So we decided it was worth speaking out about, but it was never about the drama as it was about us getting our story out to the world. Because as comic creators, that's why we make comics. We want to tell stories that we feel connect with us on such a personal level that it means more to us to make that story than it does to eat. I want to see this book get shared with the world and see people's laughter and enjoyment out of it, because that's what it is. It's supposed to be a fun book. We make comics because we love them. And if we can get the audience to see that in the work that we make, then I think every bit of anything we had to go through to get to that point of getting it into people's hands on shelves was worth it.
And not to mention, like, every comic that exists is something of a small miracle, right? Like,
honestly,
like you're talking about at best, right? I mean, Crash and Troy has 5 people on our creative team. We have myself writing, Kyler does the line art. We have Bruno Furlani who does the colors. Buddy Baudouin does the letters. And then we have Hernan Guaderas, who is our editor for the book. And it was just so much to get all of us to do it, and not to mention, like, it's 5 people working in tandem to create one piece of art, and all of that without mentioning that we did this in the middle of 2020. We did this in what was ultimately like the worst year for a lot of people's lives, including all of us. Like, all of us had a hard year. We had a lot of struggles. I think Kyler and Bruno, you guys both got COVID, right, during the process?
Yeah. I remember catching it, and at first I was at my day job, and I'm going to keep this very, very brief, but on my drive home from work, I felt like Liu Kang had bicycle kicked my back, and I was like, oh, this isn't fun. So the other symptoms started showing up, and I started worrying about how in the world am I going to have energy to draw Crash and Troy? I was thinking about, of course, like my health and my wife and things like that, but there was this humongous pit in the back of my head of, am I going to be healthy enough to see this story get done in time? Because even though we had kind of an open-ended deadline with the publisher, we had an internal deadline within our creative team to make sure that nobody else was getting shemped or getting screwed over, because we wanted to take this seriously and make sure that we did our due diligence and we treated this the way we did any other book at any other publisher. So we just held ourselves responsible, and getting COVID during that time, that sucked.
Yeah, and they both worked through it. Credit to where it's due. We did everything we could to, like, make sure everybody was accommodated, but it was a lot of work, and it was very difficult to get it done emotionally, to get a book that's so lighthearted and so funny, but it is very personal to the whole group. So it was a pretty wild process getting through all of that, only to end up with another problem at the end of that one, to say the least.
Yeah. Went through a lot to get this thing out there.
You're getting a lot of congratulations from the people in the chat already.
I see that.
The first book, you have the story of this guy that can basically do a changeover into, like, Colossus, turns into Rose Gold. Another guy that's basically a dick that can download his consciousness into another machine. And rather than helping anybody, he'd prefer to watch cat videos and Netflix in his head. So you have a very interesting team that are put together in this book here. Was there anything that you really had to change much over from the original inception, from bringing it over into A Wave Blue World?
No, we didn't change anything.
No.
So the people that are getting this right now are getting the original inception as it was meant to be shown. Yes. This is fantastic.
100%. And that was one of the reasons why we were so ecstatic to talk more with Tyler and make this all happen. Just the home we found at Wave Blue World actually feels like a home.
Yeah. And Tyler, when you were first approached by this, how did that come about?
I mean, I had only read it at first as just like a preview. I remember when they were, doing their work, promoting it, getting the pre-orders. Like, I had pre-ordered the original version, through the other publisher. And I was just like, this is really cool. I knew Jarred and Kyler a little bit through doing Deadbeats. They had done a story there. But I just was genuinely, sorry, I had a few drinks, a fan of the title. Like I was ready just to order it and read it. And I thought it was great. I love the two characters. Crash and Troy were so cool. I mean, talk about taking the buddy, I mean, they're not cops, but like that kind of idea. They're mercenaries. So with what little I had read, I was just like, this is really neat. And then when I saw the whole drama unfold, and I just sort of reached out, I was like, I can't get involved in this first part of it, but like if you ever get this back, like I would love to see this out under my label. And they sent me all the PDFs, and as you were saying, like, did we have to change anything? I read through it and I was like, I mean, there's nothing I would change, because I would have said something like if we wanted to re-letter a part of it or something, other than just getting maybe some fresh covers on it. I didn't think there was much to change at all. It was just so much fun. The two characters have a very distinct voice that comes through. It's so alive. I mean, they just jump off the page. Like I don't, when the creators create magic together, like you don't need to interfere on that. So I just wanted to put it out.
So now that you have the 4 issues put together here, are we having plans to bring this even further ahead into the future now that we have a home with a Wave Blue world?
Oh, I mean, we haven't talked about that yet. First issue hasn't even come out. But,
I think out of any comic book that could possibly be put on the stands today, nothing, not a Savage Avengers, not another Marvel title that they've been pumping out for about 3 months. We've been waiting for this for years.
Yeah, go ahead, Tyler. I feel like that's a Tyler question more than a Tyler.
I mean, whenever you're ready to talk. I mean, again, I would love to see more Crash and Troy, just like I said from when I was just ordering it as a fan. Like, I hope you guys do more, but I mean, that comes from you. I mean, you want to bring me something? Do you want to do more? I hope it happens. And so, yeah, I'm open for whenever. But like I said, we're still. The 4 issues are done, and they're all been produced and sent to printers and Comixology. We're working on putting the trade paperback together now. So, I mean, once we see that out and completed, I mean, I hope these guys have a life beyond this, because they're just so much fun. And, even the supporting cast, I hope we see more of Delphi, because I just love her. She's almost become like the third. I feel bad she's not in the title now, because she's as much a character as Crash and Troy. I don't know if we'll see any more of Jongle and Jung-gun. Is that how you say the?
That's how I've heard him in my head.
Yeah, no. I mean, they should live on. But beyond these 4 issues, I hope we see more of them soon. So,
yeah, Kyler and I have had some talks of some ideas of where we could go. Like I said, I had a sequel script written back in 2019. Hey, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, shout out Kyler's dad. Yeah,
what's up, pops? Thanks for the support all these years.
I don't think my dad could figure out YouTube, but I don't. Even if he could, he probably would be like, "No, Jared's got it." But he's very supportive. He's just not an internet guy. But I think I have an idea. Kyler and I have ideas about where we want to take it, where we want to go. Really, for me right now, it's all scheduling. I have like the most batshit schedule over the next for the rest of to the end of the year, because I take promotion. I take promotion and I take moving books really seriously. I have a lot of releases that I'm juggling. I have my DC milestone stuff that is still rounding out this year, I think. They kind of just sent me an email and I'm like, okay, but so we're just kind of rounding out all of those. But yeah, I love Crash. I love Troy. Kyler and I have secret plans and a lot of text messages.
Yeah.
And costume designs. We have a costume design too.
I'm about to say, me being who I am, when I get my head locked on something, I do something that my wife and a lot of my friends call hyperfixating. And when everything started really running forward, and we finally saw the finish line on Crash and Troy #1 actually finally coming out. We started, like Jared said, texting a little bit here and there, just like, hey, what can we do with this? And then I decided, okay, based on what we're talking about, the characters' designs would have to change in some way, shape, or form. So I had to go out and just spend hours and hours and hours sketching a lot of those. So there is, there's space where we'd like to see to explore.
There's things.
So now that it's finally coming out, and I know you guys are going to be really busy coming up for the rest of the year, are you guys having any appearances coming up in any conventions or any comic book shops just to put the word out there to people?
Oh my God. Yeah. So fortunate. I have. So I'm trying to do NYCC. My friend Melissa promised to give me a tattoo if I made it to NYCC, and so I'm trying to make it out there. No promises, but I do have. Yeah. Right. And she was like, "It'll just be a small stick and poke," and I'm like, "Dope, let's do it." And but I do have. I'm doing a signing at my local comic book shop. I'm doing, and then I think for #2 and #3, I'm planning on doing signings in different shops, like in Texas, near where I live. So
as long as the power grid holds out.
Yeah, so long as we don't go full Mad Max apocalypse, it'll be okay. But yeah, so I'm trying really hard NYCC, but otherwise, I'm doing signings. I'm gonna show up at random shops and ask them if they have it, and if they don't, I'm gonna start crying and see if that helps pre-orders on the last few issues.
Well, for that note, I'm going to put up my comic book shop that I go to because it's just one of the shops that I think should be carrying it. So I'll let him know maybe that might be a good idea over at Miami Fresh Comics. That's where I get all my stuff. So I will be making sure that is coming out. Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, one thing we are going to do, because we're moving to a little bit more virtual, I'm not doing as many shows. I'm seeing all these shows pop up that people are doing this month, and I'm doing less of that. But we have started doing the Whatnot stream, and these next 2 weeks are going to be our first 2 shows. So on August 16th, the day before Crash and Troy comes out, we're having a Whatnot stream. I'm going to have all the covers. People can come on and order it, where they can get the regular A cover, they can get the B cover, which is the Star Wars homage. They can get the full art, which is the retailer exclusive, and then the black and white one, which we only printed 100 copies of, and it's only available through us. We're going to be selling that through the Whatnot stream. So, anybody, no matter where they are, can come onto that. And, that's an area where we're expanding into, because it gives sort of that convention experience where you can come and buy some stuff directly from us and get signed copies, but do it virtually, and we'll send it out to you. So that's coming up August 16th for anybody who wants to come join us.
And I might feel like an idiot because I'm very afraid of signing up for Whatnot, because I would go even broker than I currently am. Is there like a link for Whatnot, or is there something you could drop in the private chat so that we could give to everybody?
I think so. I'm like you.
We want to promote this stuff.
And that's why I'm a little scared. Next week, I'm actually doing a tester one. So before the August 16th date, I'm doing one on whenever next Tuesday is. When is next Tuesday? The 9th? Yeah, the 9th, I'm doing like a tester one. That'll be like nothing serious. But on the 16th, it is. So I don't even know. I'll work on it. You guys keep talking. I'll figure out how to do like a link. But I'm sure there is. I put it up. I recorded a video on everything. So I'll work on trying to get that done. And you guys just talk. Well,
but the black and white
myself out. So we're good.
That black and white cover is dope, though. Kyler, I never
isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if I ever give you proper credit for how complex your final inks are. But I was looking at that. We got our comps in, and I was looking at that, and I was like, my God, Kyler really went pretty hard on this cover.
So, if I'm not mistaken, I've actually got the original right next to me. All right.
Oh, that's about to be Jared's, is what that's about to
be. So, Jared, if you'll remember, originally I drew Troy in one of the robot forms, so I actually had to go back over digitally and redraw it. But There is the
Yeah.
actual original.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
Oh, that
I don't think
rules.
that my camera's picking it up well, but I mean, it is. Even all the space was actually done by hand on that cover because
Kyler?
I took the galaxy motif very seriously when I drew this book, and for that reason, the filler on my arm is actually a blue galaxy to represent Crash
Yeah.
and Troy forever on myself.
Kyler, hold that page back up because I think what we got. Warning, 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 warning. Banger alert, banger alert. Holy fucking shit. Look at that fucking book. Oh my fucking god. Look at that fucking book. Oh my fucking god. Look at that book. Jesus. Jesus. Oh my god.
I like turtles.
I like
That-
turtles too.
I almost feel like I had a stroke, but I like in a good way.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, I
And that's why we do our comics here.
was.
All right, we
I love
just
it.
got the link up from Tyler, so I'm going to copy that over and paste that into the comments so everyone can take a look at that. Here it is. This is the Whatnot link. It's posted in the chat. Be sure to copy that over and tune in on August the 16th. Do not miss it.
No, don't.
And yes, Kyler did work extra hard on that cover.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you got a laugh out of that, Mr. Carter.
Oh, what's up, bro? That's my brother.
Man, you have like the whole family in here.
How
I
many
only had my
family
dad
members?
check in once.
Hey, listen, I have an extremely supportive family when it comes to making my comics and my art. This is something I feel very, very fortunate and grateful for. I would not have gotten this far into my life or career without them. So it's cool that they're all showing up for this.
I'm gonna text my family that you're beating us.
No, it's not about that.
I'm
No.
gonna be like, you guys are shaming the Luhans. All the Clodfelters showed up. You guys got to bring it home.
Nope, stop talking, go to jail.
Oh, no,
We like to have a little bit
lot
of fun around here. It's Saturday. It's a little bit of a wind down time.
Yeah.
Now that you're finally done with this book, and by that I mean you don't have to actually put any more physical labor into making it and promoting it, do you have any other appearances coming up on other shows that you might want to talk about?
I have I have a calendar for this reason. I'm doing Blake's Buzz live next Wednesday. So I'll be there talking about Crash and Troy. I'm also going to be talking about my current Kickstarter book, Twin Blades Blood in Obsidian. If you have not checked that out, you should check that out.
Check that out.
I think I'm doing another podcast that I can't remember the name of, and I feel really bad. But I am doing a podcast as well next Wednesday. Before Blake's, I'm doing that to talk about Twin Blades and Crash and Troy and DC stuff. So yeah, I have. But next Wednesday, if you're looking for a live show, I'll be with Blake Wednesday night talking about Kickstarter comics and Crash and Troy.
I don't have anything.
Yet.
Kyler's got to go back to work.
Yeah, honestly. So the unfortunate thing when it comes to stuff like that is that a lot of times there are much later shows, and my day job starts at 5 a.m. So I need to be awake at 4 a.m. to be to work on time every day. So
I
yeah,
feel like
me
a
and doing
dick for
late
having
night
to
shows
cancel
hurts.
last week.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was actually awake when it all happened. It is no worries. Like I said, this worked out better for me. I'm more awake right now. This is perfect. I love this.
Yeah, the thing that I was always concerned about doing shows on Wednesday, 10 o'clock is, am I going to be awake? And how excited can I actually be if I am excited? Or if I'm exhausted, how the hell do I maintain that?
Yeah, it'd be a lot.
But now that the book is finally out there, have you gotten a chance to pick up any comic books in the last few weeks to go, wow, now that I'm done, I can enjoy other people's work?
Yeah, my guilty thing is that I don't read comics nearly as much as I should. And I know this is a horrible thing to sit and admit as a comic creator, but sometimes I get so busy drawing them or trying to develop my own stories, things like that I find myself just not taking the time to read the comics that I want to read, because I'm like, well, I just spent all this time making comics. I want to go experience this other facet of life. I want to go play some video games or go to dinner with my family. So I don't read them as often as I should, but I have picked some up in the past couple weeks that I'm really hoping I can actually get myself to sit down and read. One of them being the new Daredevil #1, because I am super, super stoked about that. It's literally right here on my to read pile.
It's good. I kind of wish that it just would have gone into issue 37, but I bought it just like everybody else.
That's it.
I'm super behind on my reading list. I buy comics every Wednesday. Unlike Kyler, I live in a separate city from my family, so it's just me, my wife, and our teenager. So I go to the shop every Wednesday, and and I don't get to read them, but I'm there. It gets me out of the house, and and doing stuff. But so I just finished. I got caught up on all my deadlines, and I've been trying to get caught up with all of my reading. But I just wrapped up Primordial by Lemire and Sorrentino, and loved that because I was a huge Gideon Falls person. Like I'm a shameless Gideon Falls mark. And then also I just reread this one, Orphan and the Five Beasts.
Ooh, Stoko.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right.
I don't either, and that's okay. One of my favorite movies of all time is Five Deadly Venoms, and it's very, very it's built in a similar way, but not nearly, not like a ripoff. I don't want anyone to think I'm saying that, but it's definitely really, really fun, and the art is nuts.
It's not a ripoff. I just wish it could have come out a little bit more on time, because as much as I tell people this is really good, you should check it out, order it on FOC, I did 4 times.
Yeah, and that's a rough break, but that's the good thing. That's the good part about being me and being super behind on everything, right? Is that I just got to read everything in one fell swoop. The delays mean nothing to me,
Biggie, hey.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're about halfway into the show now. Is everyone ready to show off maybe some books? Oh, Mr. Elon.
Well, I read the series. I wanted, before, in case they're going, I wanted to say how blown away I was by the series. The writing was incredible. The jokes landed. It's hard sometimes for comedy to come through in a comic book, and it was spectacular. The characters were well developed. Like from within 3 pages, I knew who they were. The art was amazing. And also a little shout out to Tyler. I know it was a long journey for you guys, but you couldn't have ended up with a better publisher. So I'm glad you finally ended up in the right place with Tyler. He'll treat you right. So yeah, no, it was just an amazing experience, and I really recommend this series to anyone who has a chance.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. That's very
thank
kind.
you for saying that. Yeah, it's fantastic. Like, I wouldn't have picked it up if it wasn't. I'm not just grabbing things just to put it out. Obviously, I keep a very tight, small, publishing schedule, because I only want to put out, what I feel like really needs to be out there. And I don't have a lot of extra time, so I wouldn't want, I put hours, in the day putting this thing out. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't amazing. And I'm just such a fan of this series, and, I only put out things that are. So yeah, please pick it up. I guarantee you're gonna love it. These 2 characters are just amazing. So, before we get into buying the other things, like, just really have to say, how thankful I am for Jarred and Kyler and the whole team for coming and joining us. How proud I am to have this book with our logo on it. How beautifully it came out. We just got our comps in, and God, it's just gorgeous.
Made me cry.
It's so good.
They were awesome.
So it's just fun. This is why I do what I love. It's in some ways it's a thankless job, but in other ways it's just like so amazing to see these comics. And Crash and Joy is just one of those things that I'm just like pinch myself, because I'm like, I get to do this, for a living. So yeah, let's just really, like, I don't know, what am I saying? Yeah, just thank you for having us on the show. Thank you, Kyler and Jarred, for doing this amazing
Yeah,
book.
no,
And for everybody
absolutely.
listening, yeah, please go pick it up. You'll really love it.
Yeah, buy it.
And Tyler, I know
Yeah.
that I have a copy coming, and I'm going to make sure that it gets framed, and it's going to be going up in one of those two spots over there because that has a story behind it. We've been talking about this on this very show at least for 3 episodes now in various forms. It's finally coming out. It's August the 17th. It's about 2 weeks from now. New Comic Wednesday. Make sure to pick it up if it's at your LCS, and if it's not, make sure to ask for it from Wave Blue World.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Fresh and Troy.
everybody ready to maybe get into a little bit of comic book therapy, show some stuff that you picked up over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna make probably. I was not prepared and did not bring my new comics, so I'm gonna step away quickly.
You have time because here we go, comic book therapy.
So, what exactly is the problem? Tell Dr. Worst.
It's Swole Black Cat. I see her in my dreams.
It is okay. Swole Black Cat cannot hurt you.
But what if I want her to hurt me?
What?
What? Yeah, I am really going to have to change that because I don't know if we're going to make this a official thing, but I believe we're going to be moving our show from Wednesdays to Saturdays because apparently for everybody that's on the show, Lady Fantastic currently is over on, let me see here. She is over on another channel at Beta Ray Jim's doing a auction right now. So after this is over, go and tune into that to see what she has to offer. She picks up a ton of books, but apparently a lot of us, Saturdays are just easier and we're more awake. So I guess look forward to more shows like that. So we have a lot of books that have come out over this past week. I know it wasn't supposed to be a heavy week, but there were a lot of titles that came out. Plus, there was a lot of back issues. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All
There we
right.
go.
All right. So it's not exactly this past week, like I said. I don't read comics nearly as much as I should, but I do try buying them every now and then. I mean, funds are one thing, so you can only buy so many. Fuck pirating comics. Please
True.
buy them. But anyways, aside from that, the books that I've picked up that I have really been wanting to read or that I have read, obviously, Daredevil, number 1. It's because I've been out of Daredevil for a while and I don't have the money to go pick up 36 previous issues. So the number 1, I'm unfortunately the target audience for Marvel when they do that every 2 years. However,
Also,
sorry, I'm gonna
Tyler,
hurt myself with that
who
comment. I know.
pirates comic books? I mean, why? When the feel of paper in your hand feels so much better than a glowing screen that gives you a headache after a while.
It sounds so bad, but like I was a college kid, broke in art school once, but eventually you realize that the $3 you spent on Starbucks could have been spent supporting that artist that you love. And it made it really, really easy at a very young age. I think it was 18 when I finally was like, I'm done with this. I can't.
Anybody who buys coffee at Starbucks has money to spare because it's trash coffee. And it's bad coffee. And like, I hate Starbucks and I love coffee. And if anybody's curious, Ghostface Killah of the Wu-Tang Clan started a coffee company called Killa Coffee. It's really good. If you're looking for a good coffee and you want to support the god, that's an option. Sorry.
Hell
No,
yeah.
I love the Wu-Tang plug. I expect nothing less from you, bro.
I do not get paid for that. I just love him.
I know. That's what makes it so great. All right, I'll show my last 2 real quick, and then we can move on from me. Oh my goodness. All right, so then I got Hellfire Gala number 1 because I love everything X-Men and everything that Russell Dauterman designs. Chris Anka's in the book. There's just so many reasons that I've been dying to pick this thing up, so I had to make sure that I snagged it and had time to put it aside to read it. And then the one that I actually did get through, it's, a month and a half old, but Street Fighter swimsuit issue because I'm me.
That's
And
the most Kyler book.
it really is. It really is.
I'm not sure you could have picked a more in line with your personality book.
Welcome to Kyler, guys.
As long as it has Chun-Li's bum on it, you're probably going to go mine. How much is it? You did not hear me. Mine.
Yeah. Except for me, it's Cammy. We're gonna move on from that. Sorry.
All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
All right.
I picked up That Texas Blood. I think everybody's reading That Texas Blood, right? Like, besides the fact that it's named after the best worst state. I really do like Chris, the way Chris is going at it. It feels very, as a lifelong Texas, it does feel very authentic to where I'm from, and I really like that. I like Shadow Service. I will buy Shadow Service as long as they keep printing it. I like when
First
people
8
take
issues I loved, but then for some reason my shop wasn't getting them anymore, and then it was hard to find the rest.
it's. I'm trying. Let me figure out a weird. Well, not a polite way. Like Vault seems to have like a big gap in their books lately. Like they go months without them coming in or something. But I love Shadows.
I think it's just the later issues just become something that if you're not already on board with it, the shops aren't going to be picking up extra copies to get stuck with, which I can understand.
But it is a fantastic book. I like anything that takes something really high and classy and dirties it up.
Bleed Them Dry was sick.
Yeah. Bleed Them Dry was sick. I'm also a big Once and Future guy.
Oh yeah.
I love Once and Future. I think I would buy this book if I love Kieran Gillen. I love Dan Mora, but I think Tamara Bonvillain makes the book. She is so awesome. She is amazing at coloring comics.
Those colors make me fucking weep.
They're so good. They're so good.
It's ridiculous.
I would buy that series if it was just the old lady.
Yeah. And then I had to pick this one up because it's written by one of my really good friends, Eric Palicki. I had to get Ninja Gaiden. I was a week late, but I got it, Eric. If you're watching it, because you're not related to Kyler, so I don't know if you are. But that was I thought that was a good joke. I was really proud of that one.
No, you're good. Like, you're good. It took me a second. I'm really oblivious.
But yeah, I had to pick it up because Eric wrote it, and it's really good. And I'm a week late to pick it up, but if you get a chance, you should definitely grab it as well.
Yeah, I do need to pick that up.
That's Eric Palicki, right?
Yeah. Eric is awesome. Eric rules.
Absolutely. The best.
Yeah, he's been on the show a few times.
Mm-hmm. He's a troublemaker, though. You got to watch him.
Whole family is. Whole family.
Yeah. Got to be careful with that Palicki, you know?
So who wants to go next? Tyler? Mike?
Mike, you want to go?
Sure. Okay, so I was on an ambush bug kick this week.
Makes sense.
So I got, I don't know if this isn't the first ambush bug.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Superman. He was a foil for Superman for the first few issues.
Oh, wow.
This isn't even the first appearance. He actually was a serious villain for the first appearance. Son of Ambush Bug. With this little, I don't even know. I don't think he ever talked, but he visited Hell. He knows this number. Son of Ambush Bug.
There's some trippy covers.
This is, I guess, an homage to Flash 1, 2, 3. You can correct me if I'm getting that wrong. Flash of Two Worlds.
Yeah.
Ambush Bug.
I am going to become obsessed with Ambush Bug because of this.
Honestly, this is hilarious.
This rules.
Like hilarious in like the greatest way because the amount of art and love done for this character.
Yeah.
Like the artwork on these covers is superb.
Yeah, this is Spider-Man leaving. Is this Superman one? It's Superman one, right?
Yeah, Superman 1.
It
Come
feels
on.
like it, yeah.
Ambush bug. Then a koala, because people loved koalas back in the 80s. What can I say?
I like koalas now.
No, you think you like koalas.
Yeah, now it's all about the kangaroo.
Ambush bug. It was a 4-issue miniseries. This is the original miniseries. I guess he had his own villain. There was a stocking stuffer because we loved him for Christmas. Well, Hanukkah too, I guess.
Ho, ho, ho.
And then the last, I love this. I started reading this series in print, and I found out they had actually done a comic book on it. Mike Mignola did it.
Oh,
and
wow. Hell yeah.
Howard Chaykin did the writing, and it's a very nice adaptation of Fritz Lieber's Baffert and the Grey Mouser. And I just fell in love with this series. Reading it, like you talk about, it's actually good for Crash and Troy. It's a great buddy series.
Okay.
The humor in it, the adventures in it, the fully fleshed out universe. So yeah, it was a 4-issue miniseries. I don't know if it's been it must have been reprinted in trade paperback once. Everything's been reprinted once, but I don't think it gets talked about a lot. But it's just beautiful. If you get the actual original prose novels, they're amazing. But this was a nice, faithful adaptation of it. Mike Mignola, early Mike Mignola is my favorite. Mike Mignola and Bacon, not a bad writer. And then, of course, anytime I can pick up something by Alex Taw, I love.
That's hot.
That's really cool.
Graphic novels of the week. Okay, that was me.
Now, it looks like Tyler is still connecting right now. Well, while he does that, let's blow myself up and it'll show the crap crap. I should not say it's crap. But, oh my God, this is what happens when you pick up this much stuff.
Damn.
Oh, and there is just the new comics. But it's okay. I'll have some time next week to read them, and I'll tell everybody why next episode.
That's
But
great, bro.
Tyler's camera is still almost there.
So close.
Tyler's going to be a found footage cam.
The Blair Witch Tyler.
I was thinking the same thing. Oh my goodness, it's funny.
That's his thumb drive.
Well, while he gets that put together, I'll just show the new books and let's see what he gets, because I have 2 more stacks back here that are nothing but back issues. And I won't show all of them because Lady Fantastic hopefully will be going live maybe a little bit later tonight, and then I'll show them and finally get a chance to put them all away. So we're going to start with the independent books. We got it's a one-shot from the Luna brothers, I guess just John Luna, with 2000XX, and it looks like this is a school thing that's happening, but I don't like to talk about that too much because it happens every day in America. And hey, we have Jung Young Yoon, who put together his own Kickstarter, and now it's finally being put out through Titan, Bloodborne. I haven't read it yet. This has been a very difficult week, so I have gotten 0 chance to read anything, which I was hoping by doing this on a Saturday I'd get a chance to read, but maybe next week. The Closet by Tinyan, finally on issue 3. Love these black covers, hard to take care of, and they go straight into plastic the second I get them. Dead Lucky, been hearing some good things with this one, so of course picked that up. Let's see, next up, Ellie's. This is for those that like the Pixar movie about the girl that has the various ways of feeling. Tyler, are you connected yet? All right, moving on. I know this was Ace's favorite title to come out this past week, and of course, why not when you have a bunch of grandmothers living in a scenario very similar to Escape from New York. Grannies, one another? Hell yeah.
Wow. That's a premise.
They said it's the best read of the week, and they read more comic books in a week than I do in my entire life.
I'm going to have to pick that up.
We got another issue of Once and Future. I'm about 4 or 5 issues behind, but I'll hopefully get a chance to catch up soon. Stillwater has been fantastic. So is anything written by Mr. Zdarsky. Love the way of the color designs on this. Next up, this is something that is now being a little bit hard to find. It looked like a great premise. What if Sesame Street went dark? Survival Street.
Oh my gosh.
This is a thing that exists now from Dark Horse, and thank you for the fact that
Yeah.
Survival Street. That's such a good name.
It's like Elmo meets Mortal Kombat. He's gonna rip Big Bird's spine out of his back.
there's a cover B. There was only 2 issues you could find off of eBay, and it shows you that not a lot of people have ordered this one, so I'm glad that I picked my copy up. Now I got to make sure I get an issue too. Kind of like Twig, I'm picking up all the A covers that are being done for this. I really like this dude as an artist, but I kind of like Scotty Young more as a writer. Maybe it's just me.
He's got it. He can write.
Scotty is a phenomenal writer.
I'm
But I
looking
love
forward
his
to a Strange
love his
Academy
art,
season 2, but who knows if it'll be written by him. Either way, whatever he writes, I'm picking it up. This, I don't know if I'll get a chance to read anytime soon, but I liked what they're doing with it based off of the old Civil Wars. It's one of the variant covers. And I guess we're getting into the Marvel stuff now. Here is Edge of the Spider-Verse, issue number 1. I guess this is volume 2 of the Edge of the Spider-Verse series. And the last time there was an Edge of the Spider-Verse series, the issue 2 kind of blew up, so we might want to pick that up. Just saying.
Yeah.
These have been some beautiful covers. I have not read one issue of it yet.
God.
I know it's digital, but they
That's
just
so
look
good.
so sleek.
There's so much energy and impact on that. Oh my gosh.
And especially if we went Bjorn Barons, whenever he winds up working on a cover, I need to pick it up. Unless it's one of those wacky ass 1 in 10, 1 in 25, 1 in here, pay $500 for a book that just came out on Wednesday. No! Here, Iron Man. I guess we now have Iron Man black uniform. It looks kind of cool. I don't know if it was cool enough where I needed to pick it up 3 times, but I did because
Man.
That reminds me, I got to watch Prey tonight. But hell yeah,
I've been hearing such good things about Prey. I've been hearing that it is the masterpiece of the Predator universe. Damn, I better not have expectations like that going in.
That's a bold statement.
That's kind of, I don't know. That feels like a
I mean,
low
the
bar.
first Predator is good.
Does it? I mean, classic Arnold.
I love the first Predator. I like the second Predator. I think the only truly bad movie is The Predator. But I think there's something to love from Predators, the plural. But yeah, I'm super psyched. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack you in the middle of your thing. I'm really psyched.
I'm looking forward to it. The other thing that I just wound up finishing, excuse me, wow, that hopefully we can talk about for a couple minutes is, holy shit, I just finished Sandman and it was fantastic. Here's a hard, reflective Iron Man black cover that people are looking for now. It's hard to keep in my shape, but wow.
That's really nice.
I don't know if a scan or it's hard to tell, but I just had to pick it up. FOC, there wasn't even an image released of it. Here's Moonlight by Jed Mckay. This has been a fantastic little series, and if people aren't picking it up, you should. If you know nothing about Moonlight, it's okay. You can start with Jed Mckay.
It's one of the few things on my to-read list I've actually gotten to. It is a fun series so far.
Yeah, it is. And kind of like Vegeta starting off being the bad guy and then becoming a friend, we're seeing something similar with the character of Winner, the mercenary. And I don't know where it's going next. And any story that can get me to not know what's going to happen next, I'm all aboard.
Yeah.
We know where this is leading, despite the fact that this is happening right in the middle of about, 377 through 379. But it's a fun little story. And Spider-Man 2099, it's part of the little miniseries. with Winter Soldier 2099 that still makes no sense, but at least now we have X-Men 2099. Hey, we get Tyler back.
Hey,
Here.
yeah, I totally lost Wi-Fi, so I'm just on my phone now. So I hope this holds up.
Oh, good. If you wanted to show some comics, I'm right in the middle of
No, go ahead.
Spider
Yeah.
Punk,
Hell yeah.
which I hear is good, but there's so much coming out. I have not even read issue 1 yet. But miniseries, I tend to sometimes wait now until all of them are out. And I started doing that after Tom King because after about 20 titles a month or so, I can't keep track as well as I used to in my 20s or teens or even my 30s. In my 40s, my mind isn't as good as it used to be. Hey, here's a second print of that Thor Banner of War series, which people have been really digging. I have the whole thing. I haven't read it yet. I haven't even read the portion yet in the Hulk where he has the dark version of the Hulk that's supposed to be like Doomsday or some shit. I don't know. We got some Judgment Day going on with the X-Men and Avengers, and I'm not really reading X-Men stuff, but I'm picking it up. I don't know why. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. It's because Art Adams is doing a lot of covers. I did not mean to say Neil. But wow, just
Arthur. He also likes Arthur, not Art.
we like Art and Arthur, and I will call the gentleman whatever he prefers. Legion of X. I haven't read the first issue. I've been hearing that this should be great. It's Al Ewing, but it's X-Men, and I'm behind on all my X-Men. I'm kind of really falling off the X-Men. I don't know
But
why.
there's
I keep picking it up.
so much of it. How could one keep up?
It's like Batman.
It really is starting to become like that, and I love it, but I ain't got enough money for it.
I really shouldn't be spending it on this too, especially when you have back issues of full runs of Fantastic Four, Avengers that I'm still working on. Why am I getting so much Batman when I'm not reading it? But you know what I am reading? Chip Zdarsky on Batman.
Word.
That's worth reading. And Ram V over on Detective. That's worth reading.
Let's go.
Ram V.
Dude, that's the dude right
She
there.
is.
And I believe it's Rom, right?
It is wrong.
I don't know how to pronounce anybody's name until I meet them and I go, it's not Camus, it's Camus.
I have an Albert Camus tattoo, so I feel that particularly intensely. But like, I'm not like a big variant collector, but every single thing I could get my hands on. There's another member of the Clodfelter clan. There we go. There we go. But every single variant of these Savage Shores I could get my hands on, I snatched up. And I know, Tyler, you just got a really dope variant.
I sent it into this. You know, CGC does those like signature series things, and Rom V did like a signing, like a private signing, because I don't know if I'll ever see him at a convention. So I ran around and I got like all these Savage Shores variants I could find. I was on the Vault Whatnot. I was messaging Tim Daniels, being like, "Send me your covers," and I sent them in, and I got all 9.8s, which was awesome because I didn't even know I'd do that. But yeah, I got Ron V's signature on because I love these Savage Shores.
Yeah,
that was just amazing.
I think it's one of the best comics ever made.
It's so good. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever do more of it because, of course, it ended, kind of on a wrapped it up. But yeah, he's great. And that Detective Comics, I got that too. That was really cool. I'm looking forward to more of that. So he did some Catwoman too, right?
He did do some Catwoman, but I like the direction Detective is going in. I trade weight most big two. Like, I'm just gonna tell everybody right now, I trade weight most big two. I'm a really big indie guy, but yeah, I'm really excited to read that.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, I love Rom V, and yeah, these Savage Shores is my jam. I think I posted a bunch of things. I have like all the covers of like the trade paperbacks. Like, who gets variants for trade paperbacks? But I have
we're down to the last couple books here, and these are some of my favorite covers of the week, and of course they're DC. We have a homage cover on Harley Quinn, and this is banger.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
Love
great.
it. But then it ups the ante because we have not just one, but two covers by a 70-year-old man that's still working in comics, that started working in comics about 20 years ago in his 50s. Josh Middleton.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Dude,
Poison Ivy
The
and
best
New Trials
cover
of
artist
Shazam.
of our generation. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna lay it on the line like that. I firmly stand behind that statement. He is the best cover artist working right now.
God.
Absolutely.
I
And these
have.
are open order. These are like cover price. These aren't the 1 in 10 or
I
1 in
know.
500.
I've got two Middletons framed in my studio on the other wall over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Go turn your camera. I want to see.
I'll go grab them. I'll grab them
Okay.
off the wall. I'll
And
prove
this was
to
the
you
last pickup. This was from last week, but it didn't come in at my shop. The new Swamp Thing series. It's getting new seasons, and I'm all aboard because I'm all about the Swamp Thing. I have been ever since Alan Moore was writing it. Those were all the new comics. Tyler, do you have some new old books? Anything you want to show? Because I have a bunch of old crap back here.
Oh yeah. Let me show you. I went to Forbidden Planet today. Sorry, my internet crapped out. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, I'm back now. So I grabbed some stuff just to see, and I know Maddie wanted to show some stuff. My daughter, we'll see if she's here. So what did I pick up? I grabbed this one, Metal Society, Zach Kaplan today. I read this. This is really cool.
There's a few people telling me that this is their new favorite writer, this guy Kaplan, and out of the blue, I'm hearing this name, and now I'm starting to go, what else has he written?
Yeah, same with me, because he did Mindset for Vault, and I bought that, and that was really cool. So I was like, what else did this guy do? And they had this on the shelf there. This is, it's futuristic. It's like, what if robots had taken over the Earth and like humans are extinct? But then, so the catch is, so then they start growing humans like in labs, right? So now it's like a robot Earth, but humans are being grown in labs. And then they start this like Fight Club type like thing where humans are being like genetically like engineered to like fight the robot civilization. I don't know, it's really cool. I could see this being like a movie or a TV show someday. Not that that's what you buy comics for, but like that's the kind of concept it is. It's really cool. I just picked this up today. I got to go find number 2 because it leaves you on a cliffhanger, and I know they're but that's really cool. So definitely check that out. Fox, speaking of Vault, Fox and Hare number 2. I bought this. This is really cool. First issue was cool. Second issue was cool. I recommend reading that. Bunch of Vault stuff. I know I'm a different publisher, but I'm totally like a Vault stan.
Who isn't?
They're amazing.
It's okay. It's okay.
Just like, you guys are awesome.
Hey, the creators over at Vault talk about you guys too. It's great when publishers can be symbiotic, realizing that it's great to be exposed and reading as much as possible.
Yeah. No, it's funny because I just sent you guys, Kyler and Jared, our pins, which are like silver pins. And I have a bunch of Vault pins because, of course, I'm buying all their stuff and they're gold. So it's almost like a joke. Like I'd happily take the silver to Vault gold.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I mean, whatever. It's not like a competition. But yeah, they're putting out some amazing things. They've even leaked Image. So speaking of which, Image is cool too. I just checked the Golden Rage. Have you heard of this? I just picked this up today.
Yeah, we were just talking
tagline
about
is Golden Girls meets Battle Royale, and it reminds me of Bitch Planet a little bit. I don't know if you ever read that. It's an island where they ship all the women who are like post-menopausal, like can't give childbirth anymore. So they send them to their like own island, and then this is just the first issue, but then they just start like forming their own tribes. Like it reminds me a little bit of Lord of the Flies. Yeah. So yeah, it's like these older women all like post-menopausal, like battling it out style. So I'm curious to see where it goes, but it's pretty cool.
I like it's all female creators. It looks like all female creators on it.
I don't even know them. Chrissy Williams, Lauren Knight, Sophie. Yeah, Becca Carey. I don't know them, so it's not like I'm like saying this because I know them. But yeah, I just picked up today. Yeah, it's worth checking out for sure. And then I just picked up this Above Snakes. Seems like an interesting concept. It's like it's sort of like an old Western comic, revenge, which I love, like True Grit. It's got like a very True Grit feel, but it's a little bit more comic-y, almost like witch doctory. It's interesting. This is what's cool. So I just read these. So these I picked up today. That's really neat. And then, all right, you ready for some bangers? Can I show you? Is it old stuff now? Yeah. All right. So I've really been getting into. We talked about the Rom V signature series. Like, people probably have varying degrees about CGC in books or whatever, but I just love that you can send things away and get autographs, like authenticated, and like if you don't see them, I don't do shows anymore. One of my favorite all-time comics, Love and Rockets.
Oh, nice.
Warning, 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 warning. Banger alert, banger alert. Oh, look at the little kitty. And he's playing with the tiny little chick. Wait, you're here for comic books, you dumb asshole!
It puts the lotion in the basket. It puts the lotion in the basket.
I thought it was the same one, and it
Oh
was
my god, it was so different. So chaotic.
There will be more to come, but there's only those two so far. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Love and Rockets. Holy shit. Signed
Oh
by
my God.
Edo.
So, I mean, how great a comic is this? I mean, this cover, this comic came out, what, in 82 magazine
Wow.
style. So I found myself a nice copy, got it sent in. Both Beto and Jaime signed it. 9.4 magazine size. I mean, this is just like the end all be all for me. And then signed by both of those guys. Look at that, like right there. So,
That's
boom.
beautiful.
Yep. Got that done. So that's my banger. Yep.
If just on the Zach Kaplan note, real quick,
Yeah.
right? He did Port of Earth for
Yeah.
Top Cow, and that was really good. It was fantastic.
All right. I'll track that down. Yeah. Because, yeah, I think, like, you know what Rob was saying, just this guy's just sort of exploded. So really cool.
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad he did. I can't remember one, but something with kids in a sewer or something like that. But yeah, he is coming up, and he should. He's great.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Love and
Cool.
Rockets is one of those series that's been around forever. And if you can find a first print, it's almost impossible to find. The only thing harder to find than that first print is that Love and Rockets black and white that was given a long time ago and traded for something that I can't even remember what anymore.
The predate, they're like, but yeah, they're black and white thing. Yeah. I remember seeing that. All right.
Does your daughter have any more Usagi books?
Okay, so Maddie's gonna blow you away now. There she is. She wanted to come on and just really drop the hammer. So you ready for this?
So I have some more favorite comics that I have the first one for. So let's start with Ninja Turtles.
Oh my God.
Oh, word.
Now let's see if you can defend yourself, you sweat from a baboon's balls.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Ninja Turtles is just awesome.
Yeah.
She loves you showed you Usagi, so we thought it was time to bring in the turtles. Yeah.
You have meddled with the primal forces of nature. And you will atone. Am I getting through to you?
Am I getting through to you? You will atone. Oh, you. Oh.
Yeah.
And I've got one more.
One more. Well, actually, I mean, you led with the top one, but this is really cool too, and it fits with our animal. How do you say that word? Algomor. What's the animal?
Oh, man.
You know. Yeah. Anyway, just show.
All right, and Mascard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, hell yeah.
That's the very first issue.
oh my
of
God.
And yes, Michael, that was a first print of TMNT and a first print of Mouse Guard. I have the trade, not trade, but the hardback of that. You cannot find that Mouse Guard.
You can't find the hardcover or the first.
You can't find that book that she is holding right now.
Yeah, this is the Comics Express, right, or whatever. The see, it says no. Can you see? Hold on, no publisher. So you know that no publisher listed.
Oh,
yeah, because this was like Comic Express before it was picked up by Archaea.
No publisher. You should publish it, Tyler. Then, if they don't have a publisher.
Funny thing. When before Archaea signed for Boom, this is sort of like an inside scoop. I talked to Mark Smiley, who founded Archaea. He had a partner, and he had wanted to sell his share of it. So I actually met with Mark Smiley shortly after I had formed A Wave Blue World, and he was like, my partner wants to sell his half of Archaea, and I was like, oh, I'll buy it, kind of thing. And I almost, instead of continuing with A Wave Blue World, almost bought into Archaea. Shortly after they published Mouse Guard, but he decided to sell to Boom instead. Mark did. So, no Archaea for me. So Wave Blue World instead, and that was 15 years ago. So, just a little inside story. I almost went in a very different direction in publishing, but
I think I prefer a very different direction rather than, hey, let's do Image, but my way.
Yeah. So. Yeah, just a little inside story. So, okay, those are our bangers.
That was my bangers.
I was going to show those 2 stacks over here. I think I'm now just going to wait for Lady Fantastic Show, because there is not a single book in there that could even come anywhere close to that.
Dropping the hammer on you.
I know, that's what we brought her in for. It's like bringing her in.
I thank you for that. That is, as I'll say this every time the 2 of you are on, this is parenting done right.
I'm glad you think so. Sometime I'll have to send you the pictures of when I took her to San Diego Comic-Con when she was 5 months old, dressed up as Yoda. we could not move. You know how San Diego is? People were taking pictures of her like nonstop. We couldn't even walk because people were taking pictures of her so much that and she was all like, waving, like, that's right. I'm Yoda. I'm baby Yoda before Baby Yoda was a thing. So.
I assure you, 20 years from now, you'll look back at those pictures going, wow, that was such a great time. It really sucks being 130 degrees outside today.
Yeah. Exactly.
Getting a little too real on this. No.
I don't want to leave it on such a weird note there, because the country is getting a little bit warmer, just saying. But anything that y'all want to promote before the show ends here, we want to throw it around the room, your social medias, where people can find you, anything that you're looking forward to. Let's go clockwise. Kyler, you go first.
So you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram. I'm way more active on Twitter than I am on Instagram. You can just search up my name, just Kyler Clodfelter, spelled the same way is here on screen. And then 2, make sure to go to your local comic shops this week and pick up the Dungeons and Dragons Summer Annual from IDW. I helped to work on that. That was really cool. I'm really proud of it. I work with Jim Zub and an entire other crew. Ryan Katie's on it. The other Eduardo Mello. Yeah, Eduardo Mello's drawing part of the story as well. We got a cover by Max Dunbar. I am so stoked, and it would mean the world to me if other people picked it up and let me know what they think. I poured my heart and soul into that book. Dungeons and Dragons is a really, really big part of my life, so getting asked to help draw the annual was just really cool. That comes out this Wednesday, and I'm done gushing about it. So, and then Crash and Troy in 2 weeks. I mean, come on now.
You have 2 releases a week apart from each other?
Yeah, dude, it's kind of wild. I'm living this month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a
Just
cool
say
month
that
for
your
me.
real name is Brian Michael Bendis or Jeff Johns.
Oh man. Oh. That's me though.
That's awesome. Jarred, where can people find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter and Instagram. It's going across your screen right now at Jarred Luján. You can go to my website, lujanwrites.com, and you can sign up for my newsletter. It's pretty cool. I'm going to write a nice little piece about Crash and Troy on release day. that about the journey and everything that we've gone through. You can also go to my Kickstarter that I have right now for Twin Blades, Blood, and Obsidian. If you have never heard of me until today, and you're like, oh, I want to check out that guy's comics, I have a bunch of digital bundles, I have a bunch of physical bundles that you could get my old books for, and it's pretty dope. But yeah, other than that, just make sure you tell your shop you want Crash and Troy, please, and it's going to be really good. And if your shop refuses to order it, just scream and cry as loudly as you can until they agree to.
Tell them that they're fools and that they don't know what they're missing out on.
You could hear Kyler change direction. I don't know if everybody caught that, but Kyler changed directions. Tell them that they're fools. You know, we can cuss. But yeah, it's. I have a lot of things. I'm sorry. That threw me for
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
You fucked me up.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Tyler, where can people find you?
I mean, Away from the World is on Twitter, Instagram, Tyler Chinchana, same thing. I mean, you've been here before. I just want to say, yeah, buy Crash and Troy #1, August 17th. If your comic shop didn't order it, the whatnot, you shared it in the comments, right? It's new to me too, but we're gonna have issues of Crash and Troy signed by those two guys. You can get the variant covers. I'm gonna be on there. You're gonna see Maddie on there helping me out. I think that's really cool. I'm all for supporting local comic shops, but if you can't, yeah, that's what whatnot is for. I had way too many drinks tonight. But yeah. I like that. I promise to be more sober for the whatnot stream. Bye,
You're a fucking tracer! Your mother's a tracer!
But like on the whatnot, those are going to be signed by Kyler and I, right? Like those are going to be the cool variants signed by us. I put it in the mail today.
Nice, good job.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Kyler, send that back to me, and we'll sell them on whatnot. And all you guys can get those 1 of 100s. There's only 100 of those black and whites, which are awesome. And I know Kyler and Jarred have a few of them. So
I've already got frames sitting back there in the studio. I wasted no time.
Yeah. And
behind V and Terry Bogard. Sorry.
Yeah, you can get one of those signed by both of them. Just come to that stream. So yeah, we're excited just to get out abroad.
Do you ship to Canada?
I assume so. I will. If you need me to do it, I'll do it. I don't know the whatnot thing, but I just put in like the ounces. I'm still figuring it out. That's why I said, again, we're going to do a tester version. But yeah, if you want one, I'll get it to you. No problem. International, Canada, I'll send them out.
And Michael, anything coming up over on Twitter or anything you want to promote?
No, I have no internet presence. I'm off the grid. So no.
All good. Otherwise, we will be back next week at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, wait. No, we will be back next Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern time at our new time. Otherwise, this is the comic book shop I usually get all of my comic books at. I'm going to be showing some of these, which you'll see right behind me here, a little bit later tonight over on Lady Fantastic's channel after she finishes up her show over on, Beta Ray Gym, where she is at currently right now. So check us out. We will be back next Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to have to get used to that. I'm going to just start calling this Old Comic Book Day because after New Comic Book Day on Wednesday, everything's an old comic. But if you haven't read it, it's new to you. Don't forget Crash and Troy coming out August 17th, 2022 at your local comic shop. We thank you all for watching this episode. Jarred, Kyler, Tyler, and daughter. Thank you all so much. Michael, Mr. Shade Rockwell, and my dumbass self. We all thank you for watching, and read all your comic books and check in with us on our social medias. We will see you next week. Good night, y'all. Love you.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. If you want to see this episode again, along with a catalog of back episodes and issues, surf on over to Not Near Mint on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe and hit that bell for notifications.